Okay, so far we've talked about what is family and how that can be rather messy to provide a definition of family. And so we said maybe we should look at what families do. And so we came up with the different functions of the family that serve its members and then serve the larger society. Now let's think about how families make decisions. And there's two different sort of conceptualizations of how families make decisions that I want you to consider here. The first would be this notion of individualism versus familialism. So with individualism, we'd be concerned with the interests or the concerns or the needs of the individual, and that would outweigh what was best for the family. You would be concerned for the individual and allow those types of decisions to be based on the individual's goals. An example would be if your family let you make your own curfew or have your own haircut style, or if you're on a family vacation you had your own excursion, or choose whether or not you went to a church service. Familialism is the other extreme. You've heard the phrase before, to do what is best for the family. Well, if your family was heavily on the side of familialism, it meant that the decisions were made for what was best for the family, those interests, those concerns, the needs, the goals for the family as a whole. So if your family moved to a different town, your family may have said, we're doing this for what is best for our family. That's familialism. If your family told you to get a job and your income went to pay family bills, that's familialism. I knew a family where the mother had the onset of Alzheimer's disease and had 3 children. And the family chose the youngest daughter, who was just preparing to move away and start college, to stay home and take care of mom for 2 years. It wasn't what was in the best interest of the young adult, but what was in the best interest for the family as a whole. So the question I have for you is, where would your family lie on this line? Would it be closer to individualism, closer to familialism, or somewhere in the middle? Think critically for a moment about the big decisions your family made. Were they based on individual needs or what was in the best interest of the family? So another way to conceptualize family decisions is to consider which adult made decisions. If there was only one adult in your home, then you already understand who was the main decision maker. If there were 2 adults, then we classify families based on who was that main decision maker. Over 100 years ago in America, the family decision-making paradigm that was most common was that the adult male was the head of the household, in charge of the big family decisions. This was called the patriarchal family. Every main decision ended on the adult male's word. In essence, he had the power over everyone else in the house. In other cultures, and even within the United States, you may see the adult woman as the head of household. Now, wouldn't it be interesting to see the kinds of decisions patriarchal and matriarchal households make, and to see what similarities and what differences exist on those final decisions? In 2 adult homes today, it is more common to have an egalitarian decision-making paradigm. So the 2 adults would make decisions together. In essence, neither has complete control or the final say in a decision. They negotiate and they decide together. So as you think about your future family, what kind of family decision-making paradigm do you want? So as you think about your own family in the upcoming discussion prompt, think about how decisions were made. Was there a specific family decision-making paradigm where one adult had more control in the decision-making process than the other? Was your family more focused on individualism or familialism? If family decisions were divided, what responsibilities went to one member and what went to the other? And how was that decided upon? Did gender play a deciding factor in that? One person who worked and one person who stayed home, both people who worked? How were those responsibilities divided? And then to what extent did power and control play in decision making from what you saw? Did someone always have the final say? Was there equal power within your home? What was family decision making like?